Bikini Bottom may look like a bright, funny underwater city filled with laughter and cartoon chaos, but its name is rooted in one of the darkest chapters of modern human history. This is not a fan theory or an internet conspiracy. It is a documented historical reference that connects a children's cartoon to real nuclear bomb testing after World War II. Bikini Bottom is named after Bikini Atoll, a real group of islands located in the Marshall Islands in the Pacific Ocean. Bikini Atoll existed long before SpongeBob SquarePants, and for centuries, it was home to indigenous Marshallese people who lived peacefully from fishing and farming. That peaceful existence changed dramatically in the mid-20th century. In 1946, just 1 year after the end of World War II, the United States selected Bikini Atoll as a testing site for nuclear weapons. The location was chosen because it was remote, surrounded by water, and sparsely populated. That same year, U.S. officials told the native Bikinians they had to leave their homeland for the good of mankind. They were promised they would return once testing was complete. Between 1946 and 1958, the United States conducted 23 nuclear bomb tests on Bikini Atoll. These tests were part of several military programs, including Operation Crossroads in July 1946, which involved detonating atomic bombs over and underwater to study their effects on warships. Entire fleets of ships were deliberately destroyed to see how nuclear weapons would perform in naval warfare. The most devastating test came in March 1954, known as Castle Bravo. Castle Bravo was a hydrogen bomb and remains the largest nuclear weapon ever detonated by the United States. Scientists expected a smaller explosion, but the bomb ended up being about 15 megatons, making it roughly 1,000 times more powerful than the Hiroshima bomb dropped in 1945. The blast created massive radioactive fallout that spread far beyond the test zone. This radioactive fallout poisoned the land, the ocean, and nearby islands. Marshallese people who were not evacuated in time suffered radiation sickness, burns, and long-term health issues including cancer and birth defects. Even American servicemen involved in the tests were affected. The damage was so severe that Bikini Atoll became one of the most radioactive places on Earth. The Bikinians, who were relocated in 1946, were moved from island to island for decades. Each new location failed to support them properly. Starvation, illness, and cultural loss followed. Although small groups attempted to return to Bikini Atoll in the 1970s, radiation levels in food and soil were still dangerously high, forcing them to leave again. To this day, Bikini Atoll remains unsafe for permanent human settlement. Now, this is where the cartoon connection begins, and it's not accidental. Steven Hillenburg, the creator of SpongeBob SquarePants, was not just an animator. He was a trained marine biologist who deeply understood ocean history, ecosystems, and human impact on the sea. When Hillenburg created SpongeBob in the late 1990s, he chose the name Bikini Bottom as a deliberate reference to Bikini Atoll. Hillenburg never officially stated that SpongeBob characters are mutants, but the historical irony is clear. Bikini Bottom is an underwater city located directly beneath the surface, just like Bikini Atoll, where nuclear bombs were detonated in the ocean. The show presents intelligent sea creatures living normal lives in a place named after a real nuclear test site. This contrast is intentional. A colorful, happy cartoon world named after a location devastated by nuclear warfare creates a quiet, unsettling irony. It reflects Hillenburg's subtle humor and his awareness of real-world environmental and historical issues. Even the time period lines up symbolically. SpongeBob SquarePants first aired in 1999, decades after the nuclear tests ended, at a time when the world was beginning to openly discuss the long-term consequences of nuclear weapons and environmental damage. So while Bikini Bottom is not a documentary about nuclear testing, its name serves as a historical echo, a reminder that beneath comedy and entertainment, real history still exists. The next time you hear, "Are you ready, kids?" remember this. Bikini Bottom is named after a real place where atomic bombs reshaped lives, land, and history forever. A cartoon world, built on a very real past.